am Nosipio Samente and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much to those who subscribed, liked, commented, shared my videos so far. And if you are new, welcome to my home. Okay guys, so I don't even want to waste time, but before that, we are here within Dumela Jwala Dumela. Cheers guys. Ndiyazi yasavda, there is non-alcohol. Nisela is 0%. And I'm sorry guys. But cheers. Oh, it's always so good guys. So anyway guys, I have two things I actually want to talk about in today's video. And one of them, as you saw on the title of this video, it is how did the COVID pandemic impact my life as an artist and as an individual. That's topic number one. And topic number two would be everything that's happening in South Africa right now. The looting, people being killed, people being shot for no particular reason, innocent lives being taken, people losing their jobs, a lot. Okay, but for now I just want to talk about the COVID situation, how it impacted me and everything else. All right, so we all know lockdown was introduced in South Africa 2020 on the 26th of March. Guys, I will never forget this day or the date for that matter, because it was a date that a day or 2 days before that date I was supposed to travel. Yeah, but anyway, so you know what we do guys, like every 31st of December, we always, when we celebrate and we welcoming the new year, we always like, this is going to be my year, you know, everything that I've been dreaming for, or visions or aspirations, you know, I want to do them in this new year. And of course it was 2020 because we all celebrated in 2019 and we were like, 2020 is going to be an amazing year. And I think majority of the people felt that way. I was definitely one of those people. And prior to that, in 2019, towards the end of the year, I was like slowly kind of discovering my voice and the things that I wanted to do within the new year. I also wanted to venture out more into the event side where I host events, obviously including and also giving and dancing in these events, you know. So that's how 2019 ended. And then when 2020 started, January, guys, I was so motivated, yeah, and I was coming back from home in Cape Town visiting my family, so I got so much motivation like to go with this. And also I had a business partner who also saw the same vision. And I remember our first event was on the 14th of Feb, which was Valentine's Day. So we had a big event, our first event, okay? And it was a huge success. We went from planning it, the deco, the menu, the theme. Obviously, I was going to be a performer there as well. And it was a great success. And we were, a friend of ours, Utepo Shubi Mangena, she was the chef and she prepared a 3-course meal on that day. Guys, it was a beautiful event and I was like, this is it, this is where I want to venture, this is what I want to do, still performing, but then also want to start creating my own events as well. So that was looking kind of very good. And then also I had been booked by different companies, you know, to perform on their events as a performer. So I was like, oh God, like you are doing amazing things right now. This is all like beginning of Feb, end of Feb. And then I also started another project, which was called More. And it was going to be a theater production. This production actually was a quartet. So it was 4 people. It was 3 females and 1 male. And guys, this production was going to be taken to Morocco. Morocco has always been one of the African countries I've always wanted to go to. So I was like, Yabona, when Father God, you are doing the most right now. Like things were going so good, guys. Yeah. We even submitted our passports so that we can get the visas to travel to Morocco. I think we submitted that second last week of February, and then we were going to receive our passports back, I think on the 15th, because we were going to be traveling on the 23rd or the 24th of March. Yeah. So me, I'm busy with my other things, my other work, and I get a text or an email from the embassy and from the festival itself in Morocco saying that, okay, they are postponing the show due because COVID and blah, 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 blah. You know how these things go. And basically that show was being cancelled. Oh, they said they're going to postpone it to June. Yeah. Fine, okay, cool. I'm like, okay, I mean, June is around the corner. It's only now beginning of March. Anyway, this is even before Cupcake actually announced that we'll be going on a national lockdown. Chilling. The next thing, Cupcake is addressing the nation. Yeah. Cupcake is like, kuzovalwa, guys. They're going to close the country. Everything is going to be closed. No alcohol, no cigarettes, no traveling, nothing. You are stuck at home. You are a prisoner. Masks all the way. This was on the 26th of March. Yeah. And he said it's going to be 21 days. So I'm like, 21 days is nothing. I'm going to keep myself busy at home. So I was going live on Facebook and Instagram, like doing workouts, and whoever wanted to join me, people will join in. So that was fun. That kept me busy, kept me sane as well. Because guys, I'm a dancer. Like, I don't like sitting in one place. I like to move. I like to be active. Yeah. So also I was like, I'm going to be sitting at home for 21 days instead of stuffing my face and gaining a little bit of weight. There's nothing wrong with that. But in my line of work, you know, we have to maintain our bodies. And I was like, okay, I'm not a person who likes to gym, but maybe let me take this as an opportunity and actually use it. So I did that. I started working out, going live on Facebook, going live on Instagram, people joining me. And this was fun. Like, I was getting so motivated because everybody was like, oh my gosh, Nasibi, we always look forward to your workouts, blah, 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 blah. So this was a great motivation for me as well. So this kept going. 21 days, yaphela. Cupcake comes again and he addresses the nation. Another 14 days. Okay, 14 days. You're thinking 14 days is 2 weeks. It's going to end, you know. So I kept going, guys. Like, I was like, I'm not going to let this discourage me, because I also tried to be active so that it cleanses also my mental state, because I didn't want to go into the dark side, because I'm not a person who likes to go there. So I always just like to find light and positivity in every hurdle or every obstacle that I go through. Yeah, so I was still going strong, guys. Hey, I think the second time now they extended a lockdown. Yeah, I was like, man, if thirst is killing me. There was none of these, guys. And then now people were posting on Facebook, like how to make your own beer or your own cider. I was like, I'm never gonna do this. I'm not gonna be drinking potent stuff. I'm not gonna be brewing this and nah, I'm not gonna do this. I was that girl. So after the second lockdown, wapenda futhi wa announce udedi, that's I cannot. Ndayenza ibrewery yam sana, ndayenza ibia yam. I did my apples and my yeast and my tea. Guys, I did it, and I'm not even ashamed of it, because that was the situation. It was really bad. So anyway, guys, it got to a point now I was not getting as much motivation anymore, like to get up in the morning and do my usual workouts or my live workouts. But then I had partnered with a guy, yeah, where we were like, okay, you know what, because he teaches more like Ispanzula and Gambut dance. Now I was on the Afro sensual dance side. So we were like, okay, what can we do to combine our styles together? And we have like one class on our live social platforms. So I was like, okay, this is something different. This is something new. This is something that can also keep me busy. Why not? Guys, we were not getting paid for this. We did it because, well, for me, I did it because I knew it was something that was going to keep me alive as a person and as an artist. Okay, fine, we did that with this guy. And I think also it kind of died out because, guys, a person can be so much motivated, but you know, we are humans at the end of the day. We're not robots. We've got feelings. I think that kind of died out a bit. And then, guys, I knew that the art industry was suffering tremendously, and it was It was so sad. Yeah, it was so sad. Now I was in an okay space, but they were artists. Okay, I'm going to speak mainly for dancers because these are my people, this is my family, and I knew that they were suffering like a plungu. So, and then I was thinking, okay, what can I do to try and help? What can I do to try and assist the situation? I might not be consistent with it, but maybe the one time I do it, I'm going to help someone. So then I had a conversation with my partner. I'm like, babe, what can I do? And then she was like, look, I have this donation site where she can apply. I just need to send her a video basically asking and pleading and just stating the situation that we are going through as dancers in South Africa without support from our government. They were given 500 billion towards supporting people in the country. This was including us, dancers, musicians, actors, fine artists, people that are in the art industry. But guys, I don't even know you one rand. I know nothing. We were sent emails, guys, to apply for relief funds, and there were forms that you needed to fill in. I did that. I did at NAC Bahasa, where I'm exposing. I don't care, because guys, our livelihoods were taken away from us. Yeah, it got to a point where a person was regretting the life choices that they have taken, the career that they've chosen. Yeah, and I was one of those people, and I was like, why did I, like, you're doubting yourself. I should have done this. I should have listened to my dad. And I mean, because I know my dad was not really amused with the fact that I wanted to take dancing as a career, because growing up I've always wanted to be a pilot, and obviously that's what they motivated me towards. And then when I came grade 10, I'm 16, I'm like, guys, now I want to dance, I want to take it as a career. It was a slap in the face, especially for my dad. My mom has always been very supportive, but I was like, going back there, I'm like, I should have listened to my dad. But I was also like, you know what, this is my God's given talent, and no one will take it away from me, no matter what I am going through right now. But this is the vocation that I have chosen for myself, and thus far I've been successful. I've never stayed out of work, guys, up until 2020. Do you understand? So, and even though 2 months in the lockdown now, I was still pushing, I was still fighting, I was still trying to help my fellow dancers as well. I did not get demotivated. I pushed. Okay, anyway, so we applied on this donating website thingy, where people look at your video, and if they want to donate, they donate. And it was mostly in England, so people would donate in pounds. So I had a few people that donated. A few of my friends as well in South Africa donated, guys. And I appreciate you guys so much. You the ones that donated and helped me through this cause. And I really appreciate you guys. Oh, I remember actually it was called Cry Out for Dancers. This was the name of my foundation. Yeah. And yeah, I think I made almost 4,000 rands. Look, it's not much, but that money helped about 5-6 dancers that didn't have anything. And I remember this one guy, when I dropped off the food parcel school, he was like crying. He's like, Nosi, I don't know what we were going to eat today if this did not happen. So for me, it was not even a matter of I'm trying to put myself out there to show the world that I'm helping people, but it was a matter of I was also in the same situation, but there were people that were struggling way more than I was. Okay, and I was pushing, guys. I was trying to get this foundation going. Okay, I didn't get a lot of people supporting it, but the ones that supported, I was able to help at least a few dancers. At least I made a little bit of a difference in their lives in that way. Okay, so I tried applying for funding and nothing. Okay, this is my home. Yeah, this is where my being an artist, this is where it started. That is my roots. That's where I come from. Okay, and then knowing that in my own home, we as artists, we are just treated like trash. Like we are nobodies. You know, we are right at the bottom of the food chain. There are people like musicians or celebrities that are known. I'm not even going to mention names. Musicians, celebrities that are known in our country that got a cut from that 500 billion. And guys, they don't need it. They didn't need it. They already were making their own millions, okay? But they still got that money. But Anditi, Tina, we are a greedy country, and especially if it's a black person, we don't want to see another person succeeding. We always just want to suppress abanye abantu abamnyama abafana nathi, whereas we're supposed to be grooming each other and helping each other. Guys, in the white society, I'm sorry to say this, but white people, they carry each other. They support each other. So I had this really good friend of mine, Owen Lonza, and I say his name proudly because he got inspiration from what I had started crying out for dances, yeah? And he was like, no, see, I want to, I want to jump in. I want to also start this. Guys, let me tell you, this man made a lot of money. And he helped a lot of artists, not just dancers, artists. He got the inspiration from me, guys. And let me tell you, when I say how the white community support each other, he got that support. And Tina, like, I always felt like there were so many people who are in the industry that could have chipped in 100 rand, 50 rand, just to say, okay, here's a little thing, Nosi, we see you doing something amazing here. People that used to be dancers as well, who are now very successful, but they were in the back seat. They took a back seat. And look, people have rights to want to donate or don't want to donate. You can't force people to give their monies if they don't want to, and that's okay. So I was a little bit angry with regards to that. But now why? Like, you were in this position, how it is to be a dancer, how difficult it is, but you can't even say 50 rand or here's 100 rand, just to support your cause, because you are helping some of the dancers who are really in need. But anyway, I let that go. Anyway, guys, just to fast forward, because this is a very long story. I think this is like almost 3 months in lockdown, yeah? And I'm sure by this time you're wondering, how did I sustain myself? How did I support myself? Because guys, I stayed in Joburg. I was still renting, yeah? So how was I paying my rent? How was I buying food? And I'm a person who also supports my family. How did I do all of that? Guys, I can say I was one of the fortunates, or one of the lucky ones, who had the most supportive and kind-hearted, amazing, incredible partner who was just there for me through and through, guys. This woman, she never complained, not even once, but she was like, babe, tell me what you need, I will help you. So now I was fortunate like that, but there were people that didn't have that kind of support, and they had families, and they were the only breadwinners in their home, and they had no one to turn to. And that was really breaking my heart, yeah? And like I said, I had a few people that supported my course, and I helped the dancers that I could help, and that was it. Then I kept trying. I wasn't getting any funding. That's okay. I got to a decision where I was like, hey, girl, you need to face reality right now. You've got a home in Cape Town. You've got a family, When you go home, you don't have to worry about paying rent and all these unnecessary stresses, yeah? Just go home. Go duka. Because there's no point of me staying in a place where I'm not employed, I don't have any income, I'm depending on my partner, and it's too much. Now, even though she has never complained, but I'm a person, I have a guilty conscience. I was like, I can't keep doing this to my partner, let me go home. After staying in Johannesburg, guys, for 9 years, almost 10 years in Johannesburg, and I know my career was good, when I moved to Johannesburg, but I had to pack up and leave and go home. Yo, guys, that was the most saddest, toughest, hard decision I've ever had to make in my life. Because also, guys, like, we like to put pressure on ourselves because we worried about what society is gonna say when you come back. Oh, she was staying in Johannesburg and living her life and now she's back, and we worried about that. And abanye abantu, they won't think, oh, it's COVID, shame, maybe, there's though some people don't think like that, because sometimes Tina, black people, we are shallow like that. So they will gossip. So I was like, you know what, I spoke to my partner was like, babe, don't care about that, just go home. Because at the end of the day now, guys, I was also getting to a breaking point. Guys, I never break. I think I'm like one of the strongest people I know. Especially during the time, the pandemic, the COVID and the lockdown, and no alcohol, no cigarettes, like yonkinto ivaliwe. And then I got to a very dark place. Guys, let me have a sip, because I feel like I'm gonna get emotional and I don't want to cry. No. Guys, I found myself getting into this dark place where I was having suicidal thoughts, because I felt like, what's the point? I'm the oldest Ekaya, and I'm the one who's always kind of looked after my family. My brother did his bit, but I was the one. If my mom says that I don't have my child, I don't have money to buy electricity, even if I have my last 50 rand or 100 rand, I'll be like, okay, mama, let's share this. Then I'll share that with her. But now I was in a position when I'm like, mama, I can't. Even now, she even stopped asking because she knew the situation. Guys, even if I eat, I'm worried, what is my family eating? And I felt like such a useless child for the first time. And when I go, like, now it's a story that I can tell laughing a little bit. But I got to a place where I was having suicidal thoughts. I have never in my life gotten to that place. I've been through a lot. I've been hurt in past relationships. My dad left my mom. Like, a lot of things happen in my life, but I've never been in that space where I was like, there's no point of me living this world right now. I can't offer anything. I don't have employment. Like, even if I go and try and look for a job, where am I going to find a job? Because people have lost a lot of their jobs due to a lockdown. So there's no employment, guys. Hi, guys. I was like, okay, girl, go home. Guys, I packed up. I remember that I think 2 days before I left Johannesburg, I was a mess. I was crying because I was like, this was my life and I am packing it all up and I'm saying I am going back home. Right now, I have no idea when this lockdown or this COVID situation is going to come to an end. But all I know is that I need to be with my family. Because I remember I would call my mom crying. Mama, I can't do this anymore. I don't see myself living. I don't want to live anymore. Like, what's the point? My mom would pray for me, guys. My mother, that woman, my mom, my partner are the people that kept me going, So I packed up. I left. And I remember when I was at the airport, I did a live video basically saying bye, guys, and thank you, and like the friends that I made, the family that I made in Johannesburg for the 9 years I've been staying there. And I was like, this is it, guys. I can't, like, there's no way, like, I can't survive. I have to go home. Like, we will eat whatever that's there. We will not go to bed on an empty stomach, So I packed up and I left. And I remember when I landed in Cape Town and I got to my mom's house, the Kailicha, guys, I got home, I sobbed. I sobbed. My mom was like, my child, I've never seen you like this. And I think I had lost a little bit of weight, but also because I was working out. I was still keeping this figure going, okay? I sobbed. Anyway, guys, So I was home, and I also realized, Ekaya, know there's like the center where kids would go and do drama, do dance, and that center they kind of closed it down. So I was like, this could be an opportunity for me, let me take this, let me use this to my advantage, and also to keep myself busy, to give back to my community. Because I remember every time when I would visit home, like the kids, they were like, sis nos piwo or dabaoga ente, like when are you going to teach us? Please teach us to dance. And every time when I'm home, it's always like a rush, it's holiday, I don't have time. So I was like, now I've got the time, let me give back to my community. So I started doing that. I started teaching young kids and my community, girls is more specifically young girls. And guys, I found peace. I found so much peace, and having to see those little beautiful faces light up every time when I step in the room or when I start teaching them. And also I was not teaching them like something that they were familiar with, because benza is now I was like, ballet, posture yako injan. Yeah. So that's what I started teaching them, because also you get a lot of discipline from ballet and contemporary and all of that. I'm not saying there's no discipline in other dance genres, but this was what I know I specialize in, and this is what I've been teaching. Yeah. So I did that for a while, and then another idea came to head. I'm like, why don't I start something and let this be a focus on women now? Yeah. And I was like, okay, what is it going to be about, and what's the name of it? And I know I'm always about empowering this, empowering women, empowering whatever. So I was like, okay, we've always heard about empowering entrepreneurs, empowering this. As a dancer, what can I do that will be empowering to women with the craft that I have? Hey, so I had time. I had a lot of time to think, guys. I had plenty of time to like come up with different ideas. And then I came up with this. I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to call this Empowering Women Through Dance. And it was not going to be like contemporary or ballet, but I wanted it to be like very sensual. Basically, the whole point of that movement, Empowering Women Through Dance, was to empower women, bringing sexy back, and enhancing their confidence, bringing their confidence. Because some people will be like, no, see, please teach me how to dance. I want to dance for my partner. I want to do like a lap dance for my husband or for my wife, or for my boyfriend, for my girlfriend. Like, please teach us. So I was like, this is an opportunity, use it, take it. So I started doing that, and then I had it planned. I will do it in different provinces in South Africa. And obviously, because I was home in Cape Town, I then premiered it in Cape Town. That's where I started. And from there, I went to Pietermaritzburg. From Pietermaritzburg, I went obviously to Joburg. And guys, it was a success. Yeah, it was a huge success. Like, I got so much from these women, and they, like, I know I opened a lot of women up, like people that were like, no, see, I'm having serious anxieties. I really want to come to your dance classes, but I can't leave the house. My anxieties are not allowing me. And I'll just say, just come to my class and then we will talk after. Okay. So they would come. I'm telling you guys, during the class, they come up to me, oh, no, see, I love you so much. Thank you so much for like, for like really insisting that I come. I'm like, I told you. Guys, it was so empowering, not just for the women that I was teaching, but it was empowering for me as well. I saw so much growth in myself as well. And it felt so good to know that I inspired a lot of women during that time. And this is something that I wanted to keep going. Fine. Now, guys, I had not seen my partner since October 2019. We had plans that we were going to see each other 2020 around April, after I come back from my Moroccan tour. Wavala cupcake. So I was like, okay, now it's months, it's almost a year. I think we're like now in September. And then they were like, okay, the borders, there were talks, the borders are going to open soon. So my partner and I, we like, let me get my visa. So whatever happens, if they do decide to open the borders next month, I'm ready. We book the first flight, I am out, you know. And I understand, like, some people felt like she started something and now she's up and going. And I do understand where they were coming from, because I had convinced myself, no matter what, guys, I want to see this through. But then also at the back of my head, I was like, right now we're living in a world that's very unpredictable. South Africa is very unpredictable. Cupcake can decide and come back and say, I'm closing the borders, while he opened them maybe for like a week or 2 weeks. I had not seen my partner. And I knew this time when I move, when I come see my partner, it will be me relocating and starting my life afresh, leaving South Africa, because as much as I have my family and my friends that I love and adore so much, but me as a person, my work, me as an artist, I was dying inside. Yes, I have now started something else, but my passion, which is I still want to be a performer, I still want to do my contemporary, I still want to do my theater work, that I felt like I was suppressing it, because I felt like I was making other people happy. And when I made a decision, guys, even when I told my close friends, I'm like, guys, I'm leaving. I know some of them were sad about that. Some of them were like, friend, amba, because right now we don't know what's going to happen in South Africa, so go. So fine, I think I just came back from Joburg for that workshop. I had to sit down with my mom and I'm like, Mama, this is what I'm going to do. I applied for my visa and I think I received it towards the end of September. And then I think a few days before I received it, Cupcake opened the borders. Cupcake, guys, is our president, Cyril Ramaphosa. I call him Cupcake. I think most people call him Cupcake. Don't ask me why, I don't know. It's just the name. So I was like, okay, cool, Mama, this is what I'm going to do. My mom was like, Mnanam, like, I've been seeing you suffering here. I know how much you miss your partner. You guys are on video calls day in and day out, and I hear you cry because you guys miss each other. And I know if you go there, obviously you're going to start your career from scratch, but I have a feeling that you're going to do well, rather than staying here in a place where your craft is not respected. You are basically trash here. You have my full support. That's all I needed to hear, guys. My mom saying, you have my blessings, go. I'm going to miss you, but I can't stand in your way. You have to live your life as well. And I know your life is not here. Your life is in England because your partner is there. That's all I needed to hear. I don't care what my friends said. I don't care what my friends say, or I don't know. My mom was the one that I needed to hear her say, go and give me her blessings. Guys, I promise you, after I received my visa, 2 weeks later, the borders opened. Baby and I, we looked for the first flight out. I got a flight. I had my last goodbye dance session in Johannesburg, which a lot of more other women came through. We had my farewell party. 2 days later, I left. I'm in England now. Yeah, but COVID showed me flames. South Africa showed me flames. Our government showed us flames. It was hard AF. Anyway, guys, so that's the story about how this COVID pandemic impacted my life. Point number 2, which I'll try and keep it really brief, because this is what South Africa is going through right now. I might not be there physically. My spirit is there, yeah, because these are my people that I see suffer. These are my friends and my family that I see suffer. People losing their businesses, infrastructures being demolished, being destroyed by the same black people. You have your infrastructure, you have your medical stuff, you have your saloons, by a black person, yeah. Tina, as black people, we go and we loot and we destroy and we break. These are things that are in our community, guys. Like, I don't understand how a black person's mind work. I always say this, like, we were oppressed nalapha. Yes, there's this saying, kuthiwa umuntu omnyama nengqondo. I can't translate that in English because it won't have that nuances that I wanted to have. But yeah, And it's so sad because a lot of people lost their businesses. Now, my thing is, now, let's say I'm in a family, right? There's like family of 5 or 6. In that 6, only one person is a breadwinner. And this person the same Maponyamo that your black people, your brothers and sisters were looting, and now you don't have a job. How are they going to survive? Because you are the person who was supporting this family. How do you guys think? Kanjan. Guys, my heart believes for South Africa. Now, there are taxis fighting in Cape Town, shooting each other. A dear friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, just lost her brother. Yeah? Yesterday. Like, and it's just weird the way it happened, because I was speaking to her a few hours prior. She told me what happened to her brother, and they were celebrating her anniversary with her wife. Like, she sounded happy, and she was like, I've got pictures for lunch. I don't know whether I should send them to you. I'll think about it. But she was that person, because she's very lively like that. I'm like, friend, send them now. I love. The next thing, like maybe half an hour, an hour later, she sent me a text, my brother passed away. I'm like, what? She's like, no, he was shot. They killed him. No, see. Guys, I couldn't contain. And the way it happened, like, he just got shot for no reason, because that's happening back at home. And like, it goes back to this nonsense of people killing each other, man. And we are killing each other. And when I say we black people, we are killing each other. Why are we doing this? Why are we fighting for this? Why are we fighting for nonsense? Like, why are we destroying people's livelihoods? Like, my friend's family, they are a mess. They are a mess. I know for sure my friend is a mess. And I'm so sorry, my friend. Condolences to you and your family. It's because I put it to me, that could have been my brother. And I'm all the way in England. Borders are closed. If anything happened to my family, for that matter, how will I even go home? Guys, it's wrong, man. Like, what you guys are doing is really painful to other families. Now, we have to rebuild what we destroyed. With what money? Because there's corruption. Begicele is not there. Nowhere to be found. Cyril Ramaphosa, I don't know. Guys, there's just a lot, man. There's just a lot. Anyway, guys, on the comments below, please share with me how COVID pandemic impacted your life. As a person. And now with what's happening in South Africa, with this looting and people being shot left, right, and center, people dying for no reason. Please just write on the comments below. I'm here to listen. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, and I will see you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. From your favorite girl, Nosi. Peace and love.